We had another episode of Side Quest, and it's time for another episode of Side Quest. Huzzah! Here we are doing another episode of Side Quest, making very little coin, while Sophie Rain makes $43 million a year, showing her boobies on OnlyFans. So just put things in perspective. Just putting things in perspective.
Sure.
There are people out there that just are better than us in every way.
Look, we would catch up in a moment, but not everyone's team is quite willing to pull their own weight.
It doesn't rain, but it pours.
Yeah, Ark, why aren't you pulling your weight?
I'm not saying any of us needs to get an OnlyFans. What I'm saying is the world isn't fair. All right? Because we are talented, powerful leaders of the Wicked Guild, and we should be far more popular than some booby girl, is what I'm saying. There's a clear double standard in the Earth realm for this sort of content. People who work really hard and actually put up a good production using magic from another world, but we still get outdone by pretty girl with nipples.
At least
Look, as I understand it, on their end, it's not really our fault. I mean, they just had Omen bang 100 guys and then get outdone by some other guy who took only a few shots to the back.
Well,
she took them all to the face.
Sir.
No, what?
Look, clearly you're not quite putting your finger on the pulse of the zeitgeist in the Earth realm, but that's fine. I understand. This is the weight I carry.
Now you have to understand that not every person, like, I'm not knocking her at all. She's using the gift that the gods gave her. But she, as I understand it, I'm not entirely sure because I haven't gone seeking it out, but not all of these girls take any sort of shots. They just show themselves. There's no other person there. And that's fine with me too. Like, it's fine. I'm a what do they call it in the Earth? A capitalist at heart. I'm just saying there seems to be a little jealousy in my heart tonight because we are never going to make 43 million signas.
That's quitters talk, honestly. I feel like if we put our minds and all of our D's together, we could think of something, I'm sure.
You have to understand that 43 million signas, when you talk about the exchange rate between their world and our world, 43 million signas could buy us like a kingdom, like a whole, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a whole kingdom, maybe a small kingdom, but a whole kingdom. Like Sarthos.
So $43 million is 17 signas.
No, $43 million from the Earth realm translated to gold here, and the current value of gold, silver, and copper would be roughly a few 100 million signas.
Not 17.
Not 17.
No, and there's only one kingdom worth 17 signas, Pentagast. It's the Beggar's Kingdom, and that's tongue-in-cheek. They're not ruled by anyone because no one wants them. They're filthy and disgusting and pestering with all sorts of things. If you give them 17 signas, they'll share those with you, and if you don't give them 17 signas, they'll probably still share those with you.
Is it called a kingdom if no one rules over it?
No, it's a resting place. I'm pretty sure that's where we left Barry Dingle, no relation.
Yes. Take the Brine, for instance, where our glorious thief is from. The Brine is not a kingdom. It is a group of city-states that have become independent, ruled by merchant kings. But they don't call their land a kingdom because it's more like they're governors. Like, they just simply call themselves kings because it sounds good. Like, merchant king sounds better than merchant governor.
Why not merchant viceroy?
Viceroy is already another position below the king.
What about merchant baron?
Barons own some land, but they don't own the whole fucking thing. Learn your ranks. Learn your nobility ranks, for the love of the gods.
About Merchant Duke?
Duke is like the brother of the king, so that's like royalty, but there's no.
So it's close.
It's still lower than king. It's still like lower than king. For the love of the gods, have you never met a noble in your entire life?
Oh wait, so if I am a pirate queen, what does that make like?
You're just a dirty fucking pirate, but you like to call yourself pirate queen because it sounds good, and that's fine. I'm not judging, but you don't rule over a kingdom. You rule over a ship. That's it.
But like, I don't call myself that. Other people have called me that.
They're trying to flatter you in the hopes of seeing your nipples,
well,
like Sophie Ray.
Okay, all right. Oh, or the effort, I will say.
I'm just telling it how it is. It's true. They're flattering you.
Fair.
What, Arcturus? I'm having a discussion.
I'm just trying to think, has anyone... I have never heard anyone refer to her by these titles. I'm guessing it's something Dag Thaddeus said once, perhaps in an intimate moment, and she's just rolling with it really hard. But I stress again, the summary for her delusion is called grandiosity. I mean, she's not even the power behind her throne.
No, there's actually like a whole group of the merchant kings who recognize the nameless thief as the pirate queen.
I don't like it when you say it with that accent. Can we like roll it back just a smidge, please?
Like it's more of a compliment because she hasn't married any of the kings, right? Dag Thaddeus is a noble of the broad, but he's not the king of anything, really.
He's the king of my heart.
He's the king of your
Well,
heart.
that's really hard to say. As we do know, the merchant kings do like a very low profile, which is very odd for anyone who calls himself a king, really.
Yes, and Pentagast is overlord of his little mushroom village. Like, he has a little diorama. Like, he's more like the god of that little mushroom village with the little houses and the little windows and the doors and the tiny little people that walk around.
Yes.
Oh, so there's the Kingdom War of 17 Signas.
You go.
I've come up with a good name for my little kingdom. I've been referring to it as the Possum Kingdom.
Why?
Opossum?
Because there aren't any.
Opossum is a poem by Barry Dingle, no relation. Opossum, thou art possuming on a possum
How
day.
could them possibly be more possibly?
Possibly be. You couldn't possibly be.
That wasn't even good.
It's not meant to be. It's Barry Dingle, no relations poem, not mine. Like, I don't. That was stupid.
But it got you.
That was stupid. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'm Lord Magog, leader of the Wicked Guild. I'm here with my wicked cohorts, Arcturus, Pentagast, and the Nameless Thief. As usual, all donations through Streamlabs, Super Chats, and CASHAPP are appreciated as it keeps our treasury filled so we can continue to entertain you week after week. Please keep in mind, if you donate to the CASHAPP, put your screen name in the message itself because I won't read anything that looks like a real name. Welcome to the show, everyone. Today we're discussing the newly discovered amongst us all. We have a new treacherous competitor out there who's calling themselves the Wicked Watch.
I wouldn't quite call them competitors. Certainly my counterpart doesn't seem to be getting it quite right. In fact, I'm starting to become fond of them. But more on that later. Look, if you want to be successful in this whole Earthrealm showbiz, I'm thinking where we've gone wrong is that we aren't taking ourselves seriously enough. I mean, we're constantly putting each other down. We're never speaking well about anyone other than ourselves. And as much as it pains me saying anything nice about any of you for any reason, perhaps I should try. You know, by introducing each other in positive terms, like the powerful Dark Lord Magog, ruler of the living and dead, president of the Major Guild. Yes, how was that going, by the way?
It turns out that title was just a figurehead. I don't really do anything, so I haven't gone back.
Well,
I have a question.
Yes.
Before we do anything related to
No.
complimenting each other. What are they watching exactly? Are they just
They're
watching us?
Us. That's why it's
Oh,
called the Wicked Watch. They're trying to subvert our ambitions and stop us from taking jobs. They're trying to assassinate us, trap us. They're basically like a whole group of people who feel they have been wronged by the Wicked Guild of recent and have decided to band together, form a guild, and from the shadows try to subvert our every move as the Wicked Guild. So they've called themselves the Wicked Watch or Watchers.
They're hilarious. They're absolutely
Yes.
adorable. Especially my counterparts, Reginald the Pious. He's just... Oh,
And for some reason,
God bless his little heart.
yes, for some reason they only had a handful of members until recently when word got around that the Wicked Watch also, somebody claimed, I don't know, to have some sort of porthole they can look into the thief's bathroom. And that is impossible because she's on a ship, but those retards bought it and now they're joining by the dozens.
They've hacked the thief's viewing crystal. She was having difficulties with it. Now we know why.
It's a good.
That's hilarious.
Maybe they have
It
a
was-
magic
it-
user among them.
But the crystal
sure they
was
do.
shutting off, right? Like, so just like glowed down.
Well,
Too
they were.
many eyes at once.
Yeah, they were trying
Do
to break
have
into the
magic
stream.
user.
Yes, I know that
Unsuccessfully.
they're not
No,
very good.
Well,
Couldn't they just watch?
unsuccessfully. Yes, but they're more just looking at you when you're not on the show and dressed.
Oh, I see.
Wait,
I see.
brilliant business decision to get us to 43 million. We start our own app in the Earth realm, but instead of calling it OnlyFans, we call it Only Thieves, and it's basically Thief and all her friends. And when people log in, they just see like her stealing shit. Like she's just like sneaking up, and somebody's got like their lunch sat down next to them, and like a seagull at the beach, just like yanking sandwiches from people at the park.
Ooh, can I sell them my like 20 unit class on how to steal things?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you probably don't need 20
Well,
units.
Unit 1, drop shipping. Unit 2,
Well-
pyramid schemes. Unit
Well,
3.
Call it a mistress course.
Yes, in our world, pyramid schemes literally means enslaving people to build a pyramid. Though I don't know if that's stealing. I guess you're stealing their freedom.
I'm sorry. You're right. Unit 3, not pyramid schemes, multi-level marketing. Or affiliate marketing. Haha.
What are you, Keith Raniere?
I'm a baller on a budget.
Nobody's ever going to get that joke but me.
No.
Yeah, but
Not yet. Well over my head,
Someone
which is not
explain.
difficult.
All right, now people are going
apparently,
to Google like
I'm not
what?
thinking of the wrong.
Now they're.
False.
I'm going to watch the chat while you talk amongst yourselves to see if there's anybody, and I mean anybody, who got that fucking joke, because they're going to be my best friend for the rest of the night if they did.
You have to make
Go ahead, talk
best
amongst
friends
yourself.
with
Yeah,
people in the
that was a
chat.
deep
That's
cut.
bad.
That was a deep fucking cut joke, and I want to know who got it. Okay, leave me to my own devices.
Okay, all right.
Sure,
You
we can go see if
observe.
anyone is totally on your level and on your wavelength and got that absolutely brilliant reference that none of the rest of us did because we're the lame news.
So while Magog tallies away at the chat, looking desperately for any sign of validation from the audience, I have a Streamlabs to read from the next 6 minutes who donated 2 sickness to say, "Greetings, sidequesters. I hope the weather has been favorable this day for all of you. Good weather is always a good thing that makes days better by making the outdoors comfortable for things like walking, sitting, or standing." Thank you for that, 6.
Yes.
Who, by the way, is also our first contributor and therefore deserves extra celebration to make everyone else feel jealous that they want the first contributor, so they got to miss out on that. And I guess I'll have to do what no one else will, even though they do it much better.
God
I don't know
damn
what-
it, John!
what were you
I
supposed to
counted
do?
on you. Damn. And now, Michael says, I got it, but only because Sub One has talked about it a few times about cults. Well, of course, Mike's already my friend. I want a new friend that got my joke.
A new friend.
Six says he was in another room and didn't hear the joke. Fuck. I'm not
You
going to
don't
repeat
need
it.
3 friends. What are you going to do with 3 friends?
Well, pit them against each other until one of them's left, of course.
Naturally.
Fucking stupid question. This is a stupid fucking question. I thought you were the crevice master. I thought that you were good at this sort of thing.
What do you think the crevice master is good at? Oh God, I want to hear what you think that means.
Bowling.
Enlighten me. What do you think crevice master entails?
Well, John did a bit of Googling. John went to Wikipedia.
Ditch digging tool.
John's over here like, oh, he was the Nixium leader. Like, yeah, that was a thing.
You got it.
No,
he was
in about that, not him.
I have to explain it now. He was before he was a cult leader who like suckered all these like Hollywood types like Allison Mack into a sex cult where they branded women's vagina parts. He was like a multi-level marketing genius. He used to have like consumer byline companies and things like that. So when she said multi-level marketing as a scam, I was like, what are you, Keith Raniere? Like I thought people would get it, but apparently he's not as big as like L. Ron Hubbard or Jim Jones or some other cult leader that with far more name to them.
Well, you know, those people push their own names quite hard, whereas this person apparently didn't push it very hard at all. Instead, pushing Nexium, or I believe that's what they call it, because what they actually called it is unpronounceable. Meanwhile, you've made a fool of me, Magog. 6 was not the first to contribute.
What?
Then who?
Scandal.
I don't.
Look, I get up here and sacrifice a bit of my own pride to jiggle because I'm dedicated to this being a success in support of 6 contributing first, and then I'm informed that he is not the first to contribute.
No, he's not. I'm getting to that, but it doesn't matter what you did. Nobody wants to see you jiggling. It looks like a glad bag filled with oatmeal.
Oof.
Okay, if time goes past and someone doesn't contribute, I'm doing it again.
Speaking of the first to tribute, Octane Junkie donated to the Cash App 100 Cygnus, and he said betrayal for Magog and Ark, plus a Poe power-up. Ooh. All right. You're going to say anything? You've got a power-up. Like you're going to fucking betray me now. I'm just waiting now for Arcturus to betray me the moment I speak.
You are speaking, though.
No, now that I've pointed it out, now he's thinking about it. I put the idea in his head. See, I'm manipulating my friends, like we talked about Crevice Master, so that they go at each other eventually, and then there will be only one.
But that assumes that Arcturus is your friend, which I am like 85% sure is not the case.
We are very good friends. We spent a lovely weekend together in Banbannock.
What?
Nothing? Your hair's nice.
Yes, the vacation spot where I was voluntarily to relax.
Yeah.
Paul Farrow gave a members message saying hi before passing out. We'll watch the replay. Well, Paul Farrow, happy passing out, sir. I hope you find yourself in a requiem of a dream.
I
will.
I guarantee from here on out, starting next season, every person who does a green membership message will hear this. I don't know why. I'm just gonna do it. I'm making this up as I go. I don't know if you all know that, but I'm making this up as I go.
What?
One day I will find a countermeasure. I will find something that affects you as deeply as that does me. I'm going to find something that affects you so deeply it tickles your tonsils every time it's done. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know what, but so be it by Earth's brass balls!
Snoopy in the chat says, did I just hear rectum of a dream? Rectum? Damn near killed him. I've always wanted to say that.
Yeah. I
Okay.
bet.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, you can all die now. That's it. Betrayal. Dirt nap. Eat it.
Oh, I hit the wrong one. Ignore that.
It's me. No.
Ignore that. Ignore that. I hit the wrong.
Ignored.
Sometimes I think Ark is still blue because in past seasons he was blue, but now he's like royal purple. So it makes sense because he's a royal douchebag.
Yeah.
We need updating because every time I see those beautiful curls, I just remember all that I lost.
I already died.
Look, I was intending on a manner of betrayal when not expected. The fact, the idea that he would just be able to provoke me into it was a bit insulting until he actually did, but that's not fair. I'm pretty sure that damn thing is some sort of evil magic. Right, it's like, I don't know what truly enrages you. I'm sure something out there enrages you personally, specifically you, in some way you cannot rationally quantify, but you see or hear it or taste it or smell it, and you just want to rip someone's throat out and then shove it up there. It's like that. It's like that. Let's talk about brighter news. The arising of the Wicked Watch. I know it was going to happen eventually. I might have had a hand in it, in fact, because, well, if you know what you're doing, then you know the term controlled opposition, which I do now. I got the idea from the Libertarian Party. It was hilarious. But moving on, first off, they're really funny, this Wicked Watch. They're so cute. They've unwittingly, or perhaps unknowingly, perfectly replicated the Wonder Woman insignia. If you know what that is, the stacked W's, that's it. It's almost exactly the same. They even gilded it. They apparently feel it's a tremendous moral virtue to watch us. And as people who do watch us regularly, you know better. There's no virtue to watching us. Unless you're paying us, in which case there is virtue, but it's not your way. You're not going to be able to go to your friends and, hey, say, I generously donated to the Wicked Guild. Praise me. They're going to ask, who?
Yes, we're not 43 million Cigna OnlyFans girls. So not happening. Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. But I will say they would be very successful. I think they've even managed to hijack some of my viewing crystals and have communicated with the other world. The Wicked Watch is thinking of starting a website. I think they're calling it www.www.com, which is a Wicked Watch website, or www. So it's www.www.com /
I can't help but suspect
www.
that is at www.www.com, and it's either a charity or a porn site.
Well, of course, it's the Earth realm we're talking about. Most things are porn, except when they're not, which is most things.
I've seen Avenue Q. It's what the internet is for, apparently.
Anyway, I too fear obligated to say that we must either decide tonight to pursue the Wicked Watch and destroy them utterly and without mercy, or ignore them until they go away.
Second option. That's less work.
Second option. Okay, the lazy. Let's get it from the lazy side. Pendergast?
I'm not Pendergast. But hi.
Pendergast is a...
He's occupied at the moment. But I will cast a vote in favor of Lazy for Pendergast in his stead.
Lazy.
Wait.
Oh, welcome back.
Do you not concur with my decision on your behalf?
She spoke, not me. Why would you think I was the one speaking?
I think we just assumed that you presumed that people would want to watch her speak instead of you, and
Naturally.
we're probably right.
Yeah, she was acting as your proxy?
No,
Yes.
Yes?
that's a
Yeah.
mistake.
Why?
Why?
Because
I
she,
make good decisions all the time. Thank you very much.
No, not as good at decisions as I make.
Mr. Mushroom Man over here.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned with the Wicked Watch, why do we care? They're in the north.
that's very
Well,
true.
not entirely.
They're behind the ice. We don't have to worry about them.
No,
I
that's
think
from,
you might be thinking of Game of Thrones there.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not,
okay.
they're not...
we all brothers of the watch. You know, that's Game of Thrones. That's not, no.
I'm not even a brother. I am a sister.
You are a sister of the watch. They're sister. They don't let women into the watch in Game of Thrones because they would be violated.
They don't like women watching?
No.
No.
Well, they like them, but perhaps not in the way you would prefer to be liked.
And there isn't a giant ice wall in our world because we are wholly original instead of being a bunch of hacks.
We are?
What?
This is news to me.
Shots fired at George Romero Robert Martin. I don't know his RRs. I don't know what they stand for. But I just... Who has two middle names? He's a fucking hack.
J.R.
Obviously, it's Roger
George
Roger Martin.
Frank Herbert doesn't have two middle names, but, you know, let's throw him on there as well. Enrage all the fantasy genres.
Frank who?
Is it not Frank
Herbert Walker Dune?
Who? Wait, let her talk. What?
Is it not Frank Herbert that wrote Dune?
Yes, it is. I
No.
just didn't hear it. I thought you said L. Frank Baum.
No, that was Ark.
Oh,
He cut me off.
he cut you. So you said L. Frank Baum, and he said Frank Herbert.
No, I said Frank Herbert. He said L. Frank Baum.
Ah,
He didn't write Dune.
but L. Frank Baum didn't write Dune. Frank Herbert did.
Yes.
Right, that's what I said. Frank Herbert wrote Dune.
No, you said L.
But
Frank
who's
Baum.
on first?
No, I didn't. Don't gaslight me.
Then what did L. Frank Baum write?
I have no idea. That
You
was
don't-
Arcturus's guess.
You don't know who? Okay, does anybody on this show besides me know who L. Frank Baum wrote? Like, take a wild guess. Come on. Without looking at your crystals, do not go searching the Earth Realm Google machines, okay?
Ooh, are we having trivia night?
No, we're
A
not.
Tale of
I'm
Two
just
Cities?
a tale of no, that's that's freaking J.R.R. Tolkien. He wrote the two cities.
Franklin W. Dixon.
No. What? Who? Wait.
What's the
Arcturus.
writer name for the Hardy Boys?
Nobody reads that tripe. Okay? Nobody. People pretended to because they like the cover art with the boys with the flashlights and the ghosts behind them. Scooby-Doo is better. Arcturus, what did L. Frank Baum write?
A very deep and haunting saga with tremendous implications about existential nature, the learned versus innate traits of humankind, with perhaps a bit of fourth wall breaking. It's a masterpiece.
No, he wrote fucking Wizard of Oz, you fucking pieces of shit. How you don't know who
I
L.
would
Frank Baum is?
never have gotten that.
He wrote-
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. That's so embarrassing. I remember his most recent work, Wicked. That was great.
No, that's not L. Frank Baum. That is some dumbass fucking Broadway musical writer who thinks they're better than everyone else, taking L. Frank Baum's immaculate work and twisting it into some sort of tyrannical musical that assaults the very ears upon my head.
I didn't know you were a Wiccan fan.
Then who wrote Gone with the Wind?
Frank
Herbert
Herbert.
Walker Bush.
Was that Frank Herbert?
Yes, it's very windy on Arrakis. The sand
That's
blows
right.
around
That's
everywhere.
Right.
Yes.
Correct. Yes,
Only
right.
on the southern half of Arrakis. The top half of Arrakis is actually
No,
tolerable and pleasant.
no. It's only across the equator. The southern half is not very livable, but it you can survive there. But the equator
It's
has
super
sand.
windy though.
No, only the equator is super windy. That's where only the giant sandworms can get past the equator because there's a constant storm front along the equator of Arrakis.
And where is the equator if not to the south?
No, I'm saying you said the whole south. It's not. You got to get past the equator and then it calms down a bit. All right.
But the equator is in the south.
No, the equator's right in the middle of the fucking planet. That's why it's called an equator. It's equal to both halves.
Oh,
No.
in south, they're in the north.
I
If you're in the
know.
south, and it's in the north.
The
Look,
equator's not in the east. The equator's in the south.
Not-
What does this have to do with the planet? I thought we were talking about a scary elevator.
Look, I'll be honest, I've been really struggling to pay attention to interview because since you mentioned all those names, all I can keep in my head is that H.P. Lovecraft's grandfather was named Whippl.
Yes, Whippl Lovecraft. Yes, we all know this. Everybody knows that. Shut up, thief.
Seriously?
Yes.
Actually?
Yes.
For real?
His name was Whippl.
That's an actual person's name.
Whippl Phillips.
Yes. His name was Whippl Phillips. What? Why are you taking damage over a name? Like, it's a real person.
I'll be honest, her reaction is the same as mine the first time I heard that. I'm done doubling over laughing over it, but it can't get out of my head.
Whippl? Isn't that like a sport ball?
I thought it was a brand of
I, for
cream.
one, enjoy, especially after side quest is over, going and sitting down and fondling my Whipples. Why are you?
Isn't Whippl Lovecraft dead?
Yes,
Oh,
all
going to a
of
fine,
them are. All of them are really.
Why are you
Gentlemen's
fondling
club,
Whippl?
coaching a dancer, paying a few extra signals
Jeez.
to lick Whippl cream off of her.
Oh.
What? How did we go from discussing how to destroy the Wicked Watch to talking about L. Frank Baum's Dune? I mean, Oz.
I don't know.
Don't say anything else that's funny because I will lose my shit.
So
That's
we have
very
Teetering on the cusp of sanity right now.
so here in the Witchmoor, we have these strange little balls of light that appear out on the moors that draw you away from the road. They're called Will of the Whipples, and the whippoorwill is a bird that warns you of the lights, not to follow the lights. So the Whipple, what? Shut up. The whippoorwill will sing a song if it sees the lights. So listen to the whippoorwills and do not follow the will. The will of the Whipples.
Whipple wisps.
The Whipple wisps do not Whipple wisps do not follow the Whipple.
But if you catch a quality Whipple wisp, it makes a fantastic cream. Then you have Whipple wisp cream. It's magically delicious.
What? Whippoorwills are a real thing. They'll sing songs. Shut up. Shut up. I'm explaining lore. Lore.
I'm trying.
Whipple wisp cream pairs best of all with a fine gentleman's establishment.
Oh, God. Here
And a woman of loose morals.
All right, it's my turn to fucking. I hopped in right at the moment. I don't have anything to say because your conversation currently is fucking moronic. So I've got nothing to add. I just know that if I activate now because of Octane Junkie, you all take damage, and Thief is so close to death that this will kill her, and this brings me joy in my bones. Like I'm I'm so fucking happy right now. I get to see one of you just fucking die. And
That's right, Thief. You're
I can't help
going
it.
down.
I can't help it. Yeah.
This could have been a natural death. But
It
Poe
is.
just had to butt in.
Yeah, well, he wanted the death. He wanted it.
Imagine we had one more joke about Whippl Wisp Cream.
Why does she find it so? Why does she find it so funny? Whippl, that's his real name. His name is Whippl. I don't understand why it's so
Why?
controversial.
Look, it's clearly a word of power that someone used for just some jerk-off's name. These things happen.
Well, he wasn't some jerk off. He was incredibly wealthy and a very successful entrepreneur. He owned a factory of some sort, if I remember right, textiles or something like that. But he was very, very wealthy. Whippl Phillips Lovecraft was actually very successful. In fact, he was way more successful, at least in business, than his son, who died a pauper, though he left his mark on the science fiction / horror genre for decades to come. So, mad respect for both.
And the psyches of countless incredibly suggestible, outraged idiots on the internet.
Yes, we got a super chat, 2 signals from the Croco that says, now say Whippl with an H. Whippl. 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 We got to wait for Thief to get back. Let's hit her with the Whippl. Whippl. Shut up, Pendergast. Be quiet. Go play with your diorama. Your mushroom kingdom.
Yes, go on, Pendergast. Play with your mushrooms like an angry god.
Right. Where did I leave them?
You do kind of. If you lived in the Earth realm, you would be essentially. They're just the way you look. I'm not judging. I'm just saying people would automatically assume your favorite pastime is painting Warhammer figurines. I'm just throwing it out there. Just.
How did you know?
I'm up to date with these things. Henry Cavill is doing a Warhammer 40K show on Amazon, by the way. So they're going to ruin that too.
I paint all his
rubbish.
armies.
Not if Henry Cavill has anything to say about that.
Well,
the man is dedicated to his craft.
He doesn't have time.
Yeah,
he outsources.
Yeah, but these are big productions that cost lots of money and a lot of people involved. And Henry Cavill is producer as well, starring in the show. However, we saw how that went with Witcher. So, yep, just throwing that out there. Henry, I love you, but you're 0 for 1.
Well, that wasn't his doing. I mean, look, it was part of a long-running thing where they keep on putting people in charge of things like this who absolutely hate the things they're put in charge of, and for some reason, it just keeps going wrong.
I prefer the reason I don't get into Warhammer, and I'm just, I mean, it seems interesting, and I'll probably watch the show just out of curiosity, but the biggest reason I didn't get into Warhammer is because I like sex. And see, I find it's better time spent with hookers than with Warhammer figurines. But that's just me. I'm not judging anybody else's hobbies. All right? But I prefer to have my soul sucked out, one orgasm at a time from a sadistic woman. That's just me. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. We try our best, but, to each his own.
Who are we to judge?
Who are we to judge? Exactly. We all, whatever floats our boats, whatever ripples our Whippl,
If your soul is getting sucked out by a sadistic woman, I guess what you're trying to say is that you shoot blanks?
Where did you even get that? No, I'm talking
when
about
you're a necromancer, you deal in death all the time, and so the life aspect is just kind of lacking in that department naturally.
Oh, so you're saying that he sucked out souls in advance, so it's more like soul mid-management.
It's soul transmogrification via sexual pleasure. It's an ancient art.
Via oral fixation.
That too, sometimes.
Anyway, so the next 6 minutes donated one single signet to say, so, Magog, considering Lovecraft is a very successful author, would you consider him a cool Whippl?
No, because of his grandfather's name.
Whippl. I'm glad his middle name was taken from his grandfather's middle name. Because what if he was... I mean, I don't think he would have been the grandfather of cosmic horror if his name was H.W. Lovecraft, a.k.a. Howard Whippl Lovecraft.
Is it actually Howard?
Yes, Howard Phillips Lovecraft. Yes.
Howard Whippl.
Not Howard Whippl.
No last name necessary. What if instead of Lovecraft, it was just Whippl?
What if I killed you all right now?
I don't know. Find out.
Yeah, I just did it.
Really, just I'm just about to say something tremendously important, and then
Thank you. I heard Pendergast, but I didn't see him die because he's quiet. Oh, now he's raising from the dead. He's got an angry green face on me right now. I can't concentrate. Close your... Oh my God, he's got rigor mortis. His eyes are up. Somebody do the thing in the movies. You know how they do... Well, hold on, let me switch. Look, there it goes. Yeah, now they keep popping up. Rigor mortis is setting in. That is a disturbing visage. If that's how he dies in real life, I better keep him alive forever, just so we don't have to see that when he dies. I don't want that to be his funeral. Like his loved ones are gathered around, all one of them, and his diorama's there on the casket, and he basically is just eyes wide open, like that, eyes wide shut. Really, the Croco gave another 5 signals. Say Pendergast likes paint-stained fingers, and Magog's likes syphilis. I guess that is a fair assessment, except I can use magical poultices to cure myself of syphilis, so I win. Either way. Anyway, quick announcement before we get towards the end of the show. Please keep in mind that next week is the final episode of the season, and we will be having a short winter holiday break afterwards. So next Tuesday is our Phantasmus episode. Like usual, like clockwork, we'll be here on Tuesday celebrating Phantasmus, and after that we'll have a short recess of shows until sometime in the new year. I don't know if we have a date for the next season of SideQuest, but when we return, I'm sure you will know, because you'll see the alerts or whatever, or you won't. You'll be like, I haven't seen that fucking idiots in a while. Let's go see if they're around, and then you'll come by and you'll realize we've been back. We're not well known, but just wanted to announce to everyone. Remember, next week is the final episode of the year, and so I hope you all tune in and join us for our Phantasmus celebration. Thank you. Are you all live now? You're all supposed to be alive now.
I'm back.
I'm alive. I can't speak to the rest of them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've only got 15 minutes left, so let's lick this tit. What should we do about the wicked guild? What?
It's just innocent birds. They've done nothing to you to be subjected to this nonsense.
It's a common phrase everybody uses to say, let's get going, or let's get it done.
But why does it have to involve a bird?
It doesn't. It's a different type of tit. Entirely. You wouldn't know about it because you're a virgin. I don't want to corrupt your naive mind.
Naturally.
Yes, I don't want to corrupt you at all.
Then we shall proceed.
I love that calling
more
her
people
virgin
should have
shuts
just
her down.
absolutely doubled over laughing sooner. Missed opportunity, I think. That should have been just everyone bent over almost entirely.
Yes.
And it's gone.
Perhaps we should offer them all to the goddess Bohica. The wicked.
I'm not willing to go that
watch.
far. I don't have any lead with me.
Yes, we could sacrifice them. I mean, she likes to strap things on, you know. I mean, she's a goddess. She serves under Vithika. She's not one of the chief goddesses, but she's a lesser goddess that serves Vithika. So she's a quite potent goddess of contradiction, you know.
One of the most unpopular
Yes,
of the demigods, mostly because the worship is deeply unpleasant for most men unless they're really into that sort of thing.
yes, she is the goddess of contradiction and domination, and Bohica is rather practiced in the darker circles of society. You know, if you catch my drift, only yeah, she knows what a Whippl is. You know.
No, it's worn off. The joke is old now.
The Croco gave another 10 signals to say, on the subject of the Wicked Watch, I would advise cautious watching for now. Allow them to play their hand and thus learn their strengths and weaknesses. What is
Sage advice, you should listen to him. Except for me, who's already done that. And by the way, their mage is the Viceroy. Just throwing it out there.
Don't we already know their strengths and weaknesses if we've already gone up against them individually at different points
in our
past?
Well, have you run across the Wicked Watch? I mean, I've been dealing with them quite regularly at this point. Where did you interact with the Wicked Watch, Thief?
No, there's just the hypothetical question that I'm asking.
No, they're shadowy organization. We don't know all their members, so we have
to.
But
like,
you don't.
Grievous, some of them. Surely that's they're out for blood against us because we supposedly did something to offend them greatly.
Yes.
Yeah, we've really pissed off a lot of them, especially in my case, Sir Reginald the Pious, Lord of Pure Stone Keep, which is really, he renamed it, How does one have pure stone? It's just hard dirt. In any case, I've been very pleased with my counterpart because he's been going to all sorts of nobles talking about how I'm a vile, terrible villain of nefarious schemes, willing to do anything for the right sum. And I've got like another 6 offers for jobs since.
Yeah, apparently that's like every noble. So how do you know he's part of the Wicked Watch and not just some fucking asshole who doesn't like you? Because that's like a lot of people, by the way. It's like a lot of people.
True.
I could count on 1 million of my hands how many people fucking don't like you.
1 million have bigger hands.
Yeah.
Well, he said all those things, but he said them in a negative way.
No, I don't buy it. I do know that their grievances are anywhere between he stole our entire village's mushrooms, the Wicked Guild stole our entire village's mushrooms, to the guy in the black cloak had sex with my mother. And I don't know who these people are because I've already forgotten what we did.
Harold the Shroommonger Pentagast, you apparently got his garden and he's really pissed about it.
Well, it's my kingdom, not his.
True.
Anymore. True.
Like, would you like me to use... I'm curious. We're going to break off from the topic for just a second. Pentagast, I'm curious if you would... Shut up. I'm trying to make something up. I'm trying to get Pentagast. I'm trying to make it up to him. All show I have pointed out that he looks like he paints Warhammer figurines. So we're gonna offer a mea culpa. All right.
Okay.
Would you like me to use some sort of magic to shrink people down to really tiny sizes and then entrap them inside your diorama so they actually have to live in there and move around and see your gleaming face in the sky instead of the sun?
No.
And, stuff like that. I mean, they could be your enemies.
No, I don't want that.
Why?
Okay, hold on. You're just saying that because they wouldn't be cute. What if he made them blue and stuck them in a tiny white hat and pants?
Are you trying to turn Pentagast into Gargamel?
Yes. Gargamel Pentagast. I could see that as a good name because we only know his family name. Pentagast is Pentagast to us because we don't know his first name. He could be Gargamel Pentagast.
I could be.
He could be. He's kept it well secluded from our knowledge.
I don't really want to discern that.
Do you not want to take care of tiny people? Like real?
No. I would like you to use your magic
Oh, that sounds like parenthood. No. You.
upon Arcturus.
Ooh.
Wait,
Specifically.
To do what?
Yes, to do what, Pentagast?
Yes. To
To
do
ensure
what?
that
Yes.
he is not cheating and abusing his powers
But he is. We know
and
he-
increasing
Yes,
his
it's
status.
the number one thing I do. Why do you think I got powers, Pentagast?
In the name, Wicked Guild. We do wicked things. We are a guild of people who do wicked things. Like,
I want you to take away one of his neck floofs. He's wearing 2 of them.
wait, is he?
For the
Is
last several... Dude, is this how much attention you pay to me? Look, I've been wearing 2 for the last several, and you only notice now?
I
Really?
just now noticed.
Well,
you-
it just goes to show how
my God.
little we pay attention to you.
I'm so horrified by.
He's kinda
I'm
sick.
I deserve to, so I got to, so I'm wearing 2, and there's nothing any of you can do to stop.
Oh my god!
This is like me wearing
Hold on.
2 corsets at one time.
I
Like,
just-
you know how silly and frivolous and extra and unnecessary that is? Ugh.
He look.
You say silly and this, I say double dignified.
It
It's
looks.
like me wearing 2 masks, one on the front and one on the back of my head.
It looks like.
If it was that absurd, you wouldn't have only noticed now.
It looks like a Reese's cup that has had its paper peeled back.
How is that an improvement? That's what I'm saying.
Just say, yeah. It's all. I never noticed until now. The Croco gave another 5 signals to say, to you, the day I fucked your mother was the worst day of your life. To me, it was a Tuesday. Yes, that's precisely it.
I think that's the only quote from that movie anyone remembers.
No, that's not true. That's absolutely not true. There was this one. Of course.
No,
Not
no, that rings no bells. It's clear. Whoosh.
So what does the double neck floof exactly do for you? Like, is it a
extra-
social
Double,
symbol?
double dignity. I'd say indicates higher status. Twice as much status, at least.
Ah, okay, I see. We're overcompensating. Gotcha.
Is that so?
Well,
Pirate Quang?
well, he already
Less
looked.
W, more U. It's queen.
He looked like a dandy fop. Now he looks like a double dandy fop.
Twice the dandy.
Dandy.
None of the
If he were to
none
create
of that.
a board game, he would call it Dandyland, and he would sell it to Parker Brothers, and he would make a fortune off of Dandyland because everybody would play it. Everybody would play Dandyland.
The aim of the game is to become the fanciest or the hoitiest. Or if they really ace the game, the hoitiest toitiest.
Okay, the Croco gave 5 signals to say Ark is actually wearing 3 floofs. Be happy you can't see the third.
How the hell can you?
He's got
I knew
them.
he was overcompensating.
Do you have a
The third floof is supposed to make him appear
do you have a
like he has a
floof?
double D.
Do you have a floof currently
No.
engorged around your whipples?
No.
I think he does.
If I did, which I'm not saying I did, it wouldn't be around my whipples. And I don't, so it's irrelevant. Only 2.
So where would it be?
Boss.
Further down by his wankles.
His wumbles?
Wankles.
It's different than cankles. Like wankles is like for their ankles on a wanker.
The concept of the Whippl floof greatly amuses me.
I don't think I've ever abused my little gentleman so badly as to wind up with wankles.
Shut up, you dandy fop with your wanker ankles.
Double
So then,
whammy.
if he denies the wankles, clearly he's got the wumples.
Now that's just stupid. That's just stupid. Stop trying to force it. We had a good line
I'm
going.
not trying to force it.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a. What did you say? I don't even pay attention. I was just.
Wumples.
I'm buying time because we're close to the end of the show and I want to go masturbate.
I'm pretty sure she said wombles, but why would anyone wind up with small figures that recycle things around you?
Wumples.
There's a way of getting dangerously.
Wombles are overland, underland, wombling free. There's an entire song about it, describing their mystical creature in the Earth realm that apparently is very obsessed with recycling garbage.
Listen, we're getting dangerously close to Magog's masturbation hour.
No, I don't want to know that.
I'm just letting you know I'm about to drop this warhammer down. I'm gonna bring it down. I'm gonna shatter.
No.
You're lucky.
I don't want to know what you do with your whipples in the dark.
There's only one wanker ankled person here, and it isn't me.
You know, I don't like seeing you wave that hammer around. I'm thinking you're going to trip. It's going to smash into a cabinet. Then you'll trip over a bucket, which will startle a cat, which will startle Jinx, which will cause it to fall right somewhere. No one wants to hear about it either.
That is a ridiculous notion. I don't have a cat.
You could.
No, I would never allow
Maybe
a
just
cat
teasing.
in the Necronook or around the Necronook
Why
or within the
not?
vicinity of the world I live in at all.
Don't all great wizards have a cat familiar?
No, that's witches. I have a dog familiar which rips cats a new one. Tears into them little pussies. He just...
Oh, you could have phrased that so much better, please.
Well, we're getting dangerously
we now know
close
what
to the
people are
Magog
thinking.
masturbation
Really
hour.
ripping into a pussy there, huh?
No.
Man, that's a strange thing to envision, Thief.
I can't help it. You put it in my head, that fucking wizard. Ah!
Don't worry, Thief. I'm pretty sure the Hellhound Jinx isn't that into you.
I want to leave everyone with this thought. I often peer into the Earth realm and see things on the social medias, and I saw this one today, and I have to agree with it. And I want you all to ponder it for next time. Before we go, in the Earth realm, they have a candy on a stick called a lollipop. And I am curious as to why people like them, because lollipops are a very strange invention. You essentially flavor your spit and then drink it.
Yeah.
Ponder that on the Tree of Woe.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Just wanted to give you that visualization.
Sounds like a good time.
Until next time.
No, we're not.
Please don't let us end on
I was gonna hit the button after the lollipop gag, but I'm not ending the show with that atrocious laugh. I mean,
Look, that was a skeletal fact, and you know it.
You're trying to force me to quit. You want it for once. You want to have the last word, but I won't let you. This is my fucking show. All right.
Well, it's probably just why we're doing this because there's another super chat to handle before we go anyway.
You're
welcome.
Kai gave 2 signals that right at the end of the show should check chat more, my lord. Await Poe. Await Poe. Wait, did I miss one? Is Kai saying I missed one? I didn't think I missed one. The Croco.
Yeah,
Paul
the only
Farrell.
Poe attack
Got all the
was
ones from Croco.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, I can't hardly even see the chat. Have you seen my dead eyes? All right, I do my best. I really do. But
She get new
sometimes
ones.
I don't. I thought Kai was warning me that I missed something.
I thought so too. Apparently they're just wrong.
Yes.
Yes. Congratulations, everyone. We are in the masturbation hour, and you're preventing him from getting on with it. Let's hope that remains the case, and that we all get out here before it starts regardless.
Yes. Yes, I can't wait to flood Pentagast's diorama.
Blech.
It's about to rain in Mushroom Land.
No.
Do you know the Mushroom King? I know the Mushroom King. Uh,
Do you know the Mushroom Man, the Mushroom Man, the Mushroom Man?
yeah, we're definitely not worth 43 million. Yeah.
No, we're not.
No, it's nice to throw in these little bonuses for the faithful audience. And now and again, just a little bit of extra that they wish they could forget.
Indeed.
I
Lollipop.
wish I could forget.
The lollipop killed the lollipop.
Lollipop, lollipop, lollipop,
lollipop.
lollipop.
Lollipop, lollipop. Ba-dum, boom, boom.